In the red corner, the man who cannot be touched, the former middleweight champion, the former super middleweight world champion, and the current undisputed light heavyweight world champion, making his debut at heavyweight, Roy Jones Jr. Roy would be looking to add to his tally of belts he already possessed, but this time for the most prestige of them all, the heavyweight championship belt. But standing in his way, the champion known into the boxing world as the Quiet Man, a fighter of Puerto Rican descent, and was the first Latino boxer to win a world heavyweight title. Standing at 6'2" and outweighing Jones by more than 30 pounds, it wasn't just the scales that was tipping in his favour. The fighter is, of course, John Ruiz. We join our fighters in Las Vegas, Nevada 2003. The challenger, Roy Jones Jr. versus the heavyweight champion, John Ruiz. This was not just a boxing match, but a feat of greatness from a boxer who would put on over 50 pounds of muscle. Roy would span middleweight to heavyweight and the boxer's dream of becoming the heavyweight champion of the world. Welcome back to Below the Belt Boxing. On tonight's card, a tale that all boxing fans have heard of, but not all know the real story of when. The boxing world held its breath as Roy Jones Jr. stepped up to the heavyweight division and took the fight to the Latino champion. Roy Jones Jr. was a boxing phenomenon known for his extraordinary skills, speed and athleticism. At the time, he was the reigning WBC light heavyweight champion, having moved up in weight classes throughout his career. Jones had already achieved legendary status in the sport, having held multiple world titles in various weight divisions, and was considered one of the pound-for-pound best fighters in the world. John Ruiz, on the other hand, was a solid heavyweight contender who had previously held the WBA heavyweight title. He was a larger, more physically imposing fighter compared to Jones, with a style that emphasized strength and pressure. The build-up to this fight was fueled by the intrigue of seeing a smaller, lighter fighter challenge a heavyweight for the title. The narrative of the build-up focused on Roy Jones Jr.'s audacious attempt to become a heavyweight champion while weighing significantly less than his opponent. This was a bold move considering the vast difference in size and power between the two fighters. Jones aimed to join the exclusive club of fighters who had won titles in multiple weight classes, a feat that added an element of historical significance to the bout. The press conferences and promotional events leading up to the fight were marked by curiosity and skepticism. Many wondered whether Jones could overcome the physical disadvantages of facing a heavyweight. There were concerns about his ability to withstand the power of a larger opponent and whether his speed and skills would be enough to compensate for the size differential. Jones remained confident and charismatic throughout the build-up, emphasizing his belief in his own abilities and his willingness to take on this monumental challenge. He expressed the idea that boxing was about skill and technique rather than just size and power, a sentiment that resonated with his fans and garnered respect from the boxing community. John Ruiz, on the other hand, saw the fight as an opportunity to prove that size and strength could prevail over speed and skill. He was determined to defend his heavyweight title and viewed Jones as an underdog who had bitten off more than he could chew. Ruiz's camp believed that their fighters' physical advantages would ultimately secure victory. We join the fighters in round one. A fight builders never take a heavyweight lightly. Would Roy Jones Jr. put on a showboating skill for the ages and prove the bigger they are, the harder they fall? Or would the bigger man just be too much for the 90s Ring Magazine fighter of the decade?
Mobile and active, Kirk Johnson. Roy Jones does not throw large numbers in punches, although he does tend to throw them in bunches. Ruiz goes to the body to start out and drives Jones into the ropes.
He's a guy who want to hurt you, make you respect him, and put on the show.
Ruiz driving forward, Jones whacking him with a left hook.
In the first round, Ruiz would go to the body right away and look to pin Jones in the corner. Ruiz a few good body shots, but was warned by referee Jay Nady to keep his punches up. Jones missed with a couple of swinging punches, but looked eager as ever to be in there.
If he doesn't use the jab,
No, I think it's at his advantage. When you can't outdo someone, do something else. When you can see Jones have that much time and when nothing is
solid
going
left
on.
hook. And Ruiz comes back with his own left hook and lands the first big right hand. And Jones lands a left in return. And they're fighting in the center of the ring. Big right hand by Jones. That hurt Ruiz. Both men have made statements in round number one. Fairly typical of both fighters. Ruiz 9 out of 42. Jones 11 out of 41. Fairly even round. Body shot by Ruiz.
After a slow start to the second round, the two fighters meet in the center of the ring, as the fans would have wanted. Ruiz would land just as many as he misses, and Jones is trying to feint Ruiz with his S-tier movement. The two would trade punches, still trying to figure the fight out.
All night long. Out of 32, but a few of them excellent clean shots. Hard to imagine that John Ruiz can beat Roy Jones throwing 21 punches around. Ruiz trying to tee off on a body shot.
Those might be the three best jabs I've ever seen Roy Jones.
Again, the third round opens with the boxers doing little, still testing the wavering waters. The fighters would go back and forth, trading jabs, and Ruiz bulls Jones across the ring. Using his superior size, Jones looking to outthrow the champ, going to the body and moving to the head in quick succession.
That's right. Bell. CompuBox numbers through round 3. John Ruiz, 18 out of 90 punches. In other words, he's throwing 30 per round.
They outdo everything. They're quicker.
The fourth round would see Ruiz comes out more aggressive, getting Jones in his corner and landing to the body. Jones with a big right to the head. Again, the two stand in the center of the ring looking for openings, but doing little midway through the round. The fourth would be the first round we would see a bit of that old school Jones Jr. showboating, proving to the crowd and the fans around the world that he had the task in hand under control.
Jones looks to do it again. Just missed. And John Ruiz has toned his power.
It has lived up to the odds, which reflected the belief. A little bit more determined to get inside to him now.
Stop! We're holding Penny now. Well, you were holding. He can hit it.
He starts Virgil Hill with a single shot to the liver.
The fifth would see Jones with flat-footed movement. It seemed the extra weight was taking its toll on his movement. Ruiz's corner is imploring him to fight harder and strike heavier. Jones would show skill in there against the bigger man, landing at will, with the frustration of the champion once again being warned off the referee, this time not for low shot, but using his head when the fight was up close and personal.
You can't get it that way.
Another good round for Roy Jones's boxing style.
Jones says that he doesn't even like a fly to land on his face.
Wins that game.
See,
Straight right hand landed for Jones. Ruiz tried to attack. Roy got away. Who weren't good enough to test him.
We're halfway through this fight.
In the sixth round, Ruiz would come out swinging, throwing a huge right hand in the opening seconds, but it misses. Jones would still land at will, and again Ruiz hits Jones below the belt. With Jones taunting Ruiz, the champion bulls Jones into his corner as the round ends.
Hard body shot by Jones. Hard body shot by Ruiz. Another round in which
anything clean.
Ruiz's unwillingness to press the action. Now here he goes. All right, just as I say it, his will arises. Division against outclassed opponents. He's gone 12 rounds. Just because he doesn't like to take chances.
The second half of the fight would see both fighters seeming to be looking for the big punch, but Jones is still landing more. But Ruiz landing more than usual in this round. Jones Jr. landing a big right hand, but it doesn't shake Ruiz. The champion showing what the heavyweight division's made of.
7 rounds, not much change in the flow. Ruiz trying a little harder in that round.
That his other outclassed opponents couldn't.
So far, no.
To do it.
Absolutely right. CompuBox numbers through round 7. Ruiz 51 out of 226. Jones throwing more, landing more, fighting the fight he wants to fight. As long as this isn't how he starts to do what he wants to do.
Ruiz looking to bully Jones on the ropes to start the round, but Jones gets off easily and lands a good right to the head. The sudden mist of action would bring the crowd to their feet, but soon after, the fight settles back to tactical pace. The 8th round would see both fighters slowing after a chess-like battle for the championship belt.
Roy Jones is surely winning the drama of the fight as well and his reflexes.
The later round would see Roy with a second wind and moving more, circling Ruiz and throwing an occasional jab. Ruiz catches him on the ropes with 2 punches to the head, but Jones shakes his head as if to say he wasn't hurt. Jones is dominating with his jab, even though he throws it only occasionally. Ruiz seems unable to throw punches when he gets inside, and this would draw boos from the crowd with the lack of action as the round ends. Was this a masterclass from the slick-moving Roy Jones Jr., or was this just an off night for the Latino big-hitting world champion?
That's great. When generalship landed a clean, hard, effective shots, just like Larry called us, doing all the punching, it's all Roy Jones.
I have it 7.
Uppercut missed. Uppercut. Jones not throwing back as Ruiz tries to unload his weapons against him against the ropes. This is Roy Jones.
The 11th round would see Jones moving again, running rings and jabbing, not something the heavyweight division was used to seeing, as Ruiz cuts him off and throws an uppercut that lands on the ropes, then misses a second uppercut. The ref, Nardi, would warn Ruiz for pushing and holding.
The left jab tonight. We've never seen Roy Jones go back to the left jab.
And now back into the corner and onto the ropes. Only 2 rounds to go.
To give a transfusion of spirit to Ruiz, who belted Stoney himself the other day.
Yeah.
Knocked him down, sent him to the hospital.
You wondered what it would...
The later stages of the fight would see Jones Jr. on the back foot, skipping away from the heavier champion. Could Jones run rings around the bigger man and see his hand lifted at the end of the fight? Or could John Ruiz find that big punch he's been looking for all night?
Roy Jones, who has toured the ring to all of its corners, taken a little bit of punishment against the ropes, and by...
Come on, let's see what you're all about now, all right? We're going to see what you're all about. Come on, come on, come on.
One of the good things that's happening is here.
I'll take bullshit. He held the whole fight. Johnny, come on and go get him, Johnny. He held the whole fight. Come on.
Stone again.
That'd be good. That'd be excellent. Gonna try. They told him he needs a knockout. Harold, how do you have it?
Okay, Jim, I've got it 10 rounds to 1, 109.
Nobody said he didn't have a title. He just says it's a paper title.
Yeah, everyone is a paper title.
Behind the head. Stop.
Meanwhile, with a... as he knows, because he's smiling about it right now.
Ruiz,
To give him a chance as a...
you know, if
a
Roy
fighter who's given his
Roy
best.
Jones win this fight, people are going to start.
And the crowd stands and cheers Roy Jones.
He excited the boxing world, and he dominated the fight. Victory celebration in the Jones corner. Sort of quietly walked back into his own corner.
No badges or nothing. Again.
The fight itself was a testament to Roy Jones Jr.'s exceptional talent and adaptability. Jones displayed his trademark speed and elusive defensive skills, frustrating Ruiz and avoiding many of the heavyweight's power punches. Throughout the bout, Jones showcased his superior boxing IQ, landing precise and effective combinations. In the end, Roy Jones Jr. emerged victorious by a unanimous decision, becoming the WBA heavyweight champion and achieving his goal of winning a world title in yet another weight division. The result was a testament to his exceptional abilities and the audacity of his ambition. Roy Jones versus John Ruiz fight will be remembered as a unique moment in boxing history, where a smaller fighter challenged the heavyweight division's norms and emerged triumphant. A true testament to an old-school Jones, what would cement him as the greatest of a generation. And as always, we leave you with one question. Are you an old-school fight fan? If so, give the subscribe button a stiff jab. I've been Frank Monroe here at Below the Belt Boxing. Take care.